Hi, everybody. We wanted to say hello, and we wanted to thank you for seeing us last week for our first week of Sunday school, and now we're on our second week. And this week, we are going to read the story The First Sin as well as Noah's Ark. And we're going to start today with circle time with singing a little song. Here we are today, God's children, everyone. We'll learn and play and sing and laugh, in God's name we'll have fun. And we'll also read a little prayer. Dear God, you made lots of good things and made trees and fruit and people and rules and me. Thanks, God. I love you. Amen. And the first story we're going to read is about Adam and Eve, and they didn't listen to God. And you're going to see that God gets upset with them. But in the end, he still stays with them and loves them regardless. And then the second story we're going to read, Noah's Ark. Noah is being a very good person, and God recognizes that and gives Noah a very important job. So we'll read those stories now. Okay. The first sin. One of the animals that God created was very tricky, the serpent. The serpent was clever and sly and up to no good. Did God really say you can't eat the fruit from the trees in the garden? The serpent hissed softly to Eve. No, said Eve. God said we can eat fruit from any of the trees in the garden except for the trees in the middle of the garden. God said not to eat from that one, not to even touch it. The serpent smiled. A sneaky little smile. Ha! God doesn't want you to eat fruit from that tree, because if you do, you'll know everything. You'll be just like God. And the serpent hissed in his sly way. Eve looked at the tree in the middle. The fruit sure looked good. So she ate some. And she gave some to Adam too. As soon as they ate the fruit, everything changed. Adam and Eve became very embarrassed and shy. They sewed some leaves together, making some pretend clothes to try to cover up their bodies. They stood nervously behind some bushes. Then they heard God walking around in the garden, and God called out to them, "Yoo-hoo, where are you?" Adam and Eve hid. "Hey, where did you go?" called God. Adam peeked out from behind some vines. He said, "I heard you, and I was afraid." "Why were you afraid?" asked God. "Well, I'm naked for one thing," said Adam, who was quite embarrassed. I hid." "I see," God replied. "Who told you that you were naked?" Adam said. "Nothing." "And did you eat from fruit from the tree I told you not to eat from?" asked God. "Eve gave it to me," Adam blurted out. "The serpent made me," explained Eve. "He tricked me." God sighed. "I told you not to eat from that tree. Because you have done what I told you not to do, life will be difficult for you now. You will have to leave this beautiful garden and work very hard to get the things you need. Now you will know what it is like to be unhappy, and someday you will die. I made you from dust. When you die, you will become dust again." And God made some real clothes for Adam and Eve and sent them out into the big world. And God was with them everywhere they went. What kinds of hard work do you think Adam and Eve will have to do out in the world? The second story is Noah's Ark. A long time passed since God created the world. People forgot about God except for one man. His name was Noah. He loved and obeyed God. "I am very sad that people have forgotten about me," God said to Noah. "I am going to bring rain to flood the earth. Lots and lots of rain. Build yourself a huge boat of cypress wood." Noah did just what God said and made a big, big boat with lots of rooms. Noah was 600 years old when he entered the boat with his wife, their sons, and their sons' wives. And God brought 2 of every kind of animal to the boat. Elephants and zebras, lions and tigers, pigs and giraffes, dogs and cats, deers and rhinos, bears and cows, horses and goats, lambs, and monkeys all came 2 by 2. All different kinds of animals, birds, and creepy, crawly things came to the boat. Noah took all of them into the boat. Then the door shut behind them. Inside the big boat, the lions roared, the dogs barked, and the birds chirped. It was stuffy and stinky. It was muggy and hot. On the outside, it rained and rained. And it rained big giant drops and little baby drops for 40 days and 40 nights. The rains came down and the floodwaters came up. The water splashed on the sides of the big boat and pushed it up and down for 150 days. Finally, it rested on the top of the tall mountain. Noah waited and waited until God said to him, "Come out of the boat. You and your wife and your sons and their wives, Noah's family, and all the animals came off the boat." They put their feet on dry land. They ran and skipped and jumped. They twirled and danced in the sunlight. They thanked God for the land, and God blessed them. And Noah's family grew and grew. The animals and the birds and the creepy crawly things filled the earth again. And God painted a rainbow, a brilliant orange, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet across the sky, and promised, "Never again will water flood the earth. Whenever you see the rainbow in the clouds, I will see it too, and I will remember." What would you have thought if God asked you to build a boat? What would you have said to God? Now, those were some good questions and some good stories. And now some activities you can do at home to go along with them. One is you can discuss about the rules that you have at your house and why you have those rules to keep you healthy and safe. You could also talk about how you would feel if or when you do something wrong, how you feel, and also how you feel when you are forgiven for doing those things, and how Adam and Eve felt. You can also draw a picture of a tree and either add apple stamps to it or stickers, and you could also draw a snake and give it different patterns. You can also make a rainbow for Noah's Ark and talk about the different colors of the rainbow and why God gave us the rainbow. And we want to thank you for joining us, and we're going to end with another little goodbye song and a prayer. All right, so we'll say, "Dear God, thank you for loving us. Thank you for forgiving us. Please help us to trust and follow your rules. We love you. Amen." Now it's time to go, God's children, everyone. We learned and played and sang and laughed. In God's name we had fun. Thank you, everybody, for joining this week, and we hope to see you next week, too. Bye.
Bye, and happy Mother's Day.
I mean, happy Halloween.
Yes, happy Halloween.